Hello everybody, this is Mayfly01 here, coming at you with a brand new video review. Not of a vinyl record, but of a guitar that I got from rareelectricguitar.com. As you can see, it is the Jimmy Page Dragon Telecaster. Now I know that there is already quite a few reviews of this website out there already, but I always think that it's important to get as many viewpoints on the matter as you can, especially concerning stuff like guitars that you buy online, which is always taking a risk. I'm aware of that. You should always, it's a bit like buying a car, you should always try it out before you buy it. But I thought, I'll take the risk, I'll take the risk, I can afford it, and I'm actually really impressed with what I got, I'm really happy with this. And I've heard quite a few mixed things about it. I've heard of people who've had terrible experiences. I was talking to someone the other day who had a really bad experience with it, and others are a lot more favourable to it. You've got to be aware, of course, it's a Chinese company. They don't make legit guitars. It's not a real Fender. None of their guitars are real. They have a lot of guitars. None of them are real. They're all replicas. That doesn't necessarily make them bad guitars. These are, I think, from things I've heard, that these are actually good guitars. They do tell you that they use cheap hardware. The pickups are Wilkinson, not too great. The headstocks are also Wilkinson. Apart from little things like that, it's all really good. The build is really good. It uses the exact same woods that Fender would use. This is an ash body with a maple neck and a rosewood fretboard, just like a real Telecaster would be. And the paint job on it, if you can see, is absolutely marvellous. It's a really good paint job. Not exactly every detail like the original, but it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm really not fussed. It's absolutely marvellous. They're all hand painted. See, and on Jimmy Page's original guitar, it had no logo on the headstock. So I've got no logo on mine, but they do let you choose the logo on the headstock. When I emailed them, they emailed me back saying you could choose your own logo. You could either have the proper Fender logo, but I know there's quite a few disputes about things like that, about them not being licensed to sell Fender stuff, which is probably true. I mean, I don't know a lot about it, but it sounds reasonable. They shouldn't really put the Fender logo on, but whatever, they offer it to you. You can have it with their logo on. They offer you their logo. You could design your own, or you can leave it blank, and I have left it blank there. I think the frets are pretty good, 21 frets, and the inlays are actual inlays. They're not stuck on like I've heard of some horrible Chinese guitars are. These are actual inlays, and there's the back of the guitar there. See, it's through the body, through or whatever it's called, with the strings there. Obviously the output jack and everything. And they sent me a strap as well. They sent me this strap as part of the deal, I suppose, and the cable. They sent a cable as well, a couple of picks, and even an Allen key to adjust the truss rod. They even sent one of them, which is quite kind of them, I suppose. And all their guitars are hand painted as well, so as I said, the detail is fantastic, and they don't have stock guitars either. Every guitar that is ordered from them, they build from scratch. They don't have, like I said, they don't have stock guitars. It's all made from scratch. The hardware is stock, but the actual guitars themselves, they're all made from scratch, which is pretty good. I mean, I'm not familiar with companies like this, but I think that's something pretty good. So you're always going to get a brand new guitar, and you can pretty much customize everything you want on the guitar you order, even if it's one of their signature models that they list on the website. You can, as far as I can tell, you can customize just about anything. I mean, I don't know how reliable the service for that would be on it, because that's sort of where a lot of the bad reviews come from, when people have asked for something that they don't show, something that they want to customize themselves. I mean, that's where I think a lot of the problems come from. See, but if you order them just as they are, I've not heard much bad stuff, to be honest. I mean, a lot of people have been very satisfied with guitars that they've ordered off there that they have had listed. I mean, I've like I say, I'm really happy with this. There were a couple of tiny little teething problems when I got it. I mean, I did email them asking if it was going to be set up, which they said yes, it will be set up. I've heard other people say you get it and it's not set up. I don't know what their experience was like, but apparently other people have had it and it's not been set up right. Mine was set up, apart from the intonation was slightly out. It was slightly sharp. I had to adjust that a little bit. Easy fix. But the truss rod and the neck was they were nice and straight. I mean, it was obviously hard to tell without a straight edge. The string height, tiny bit higher than average, maybe 0.1 or 0.2 of a millimetre, but that's it. I'm really not fussed about that. And as I said, the intonation was slightly out. Apart from that, no problems. You could play it right out the box, just about, which a lot of people would be rather cautious about. And it's well packaged as well. They package them up well in a big yellow box, about yay big, and they're really solid, you know. So they do package them really well. They package them really well, and they also sell cases as well. I've heard of people getting them in cases as well, but I emailed them about that, and they do sell cases, as I've just said, obviously. But they would send it separate because they believe that sending the guitar in the case would make it susceptible to damage during shipment. I don't know how true that is, but whatever, they do sell cases is what I'm getting at here. And I've heard quite a few mixed things about the customer service as well. Some people say that it's terrible. Some people really don't like the customer service. Other people say the customer service is really, really good. And I do happen to fall into that category. I thought the customer service was very good, very reliable. Every email you sent, it was always replied to, which is reassuring, you know. Obviously, the time difference I'm in the UK, if you can't tell by my accent. The time difference between here and China is quite different, is nearly on the other side of the world. So the time, whenever I was in bed, they were awake, so I'd always have to wait until the next morning to see my reply, but they always replied, you know. Always very prompt, reliable service. They'll let you know about everything that was going on. And they also send you pictures of the guitar while it's being made, you know, which is really good. I've got a full list of the guitar going through the construction procedure from when it was a block of wood to when it was completed, which is really cool. I've got that with me forever. One thing that a lot of people seem to have not drawn attention to is their punctuation, shall I say, which is not too good. They do make a lot of spelling mistakes, you know. For a professional company, that's one of the things that sort of maybe think, you know, maybe it's not all what it seems, which no company is what it seems, I suppose. But that was just one thing that sort of made me, you know, a little bit apprehensive, because I was umming and ahhing about ordering this for about a month before I ordered it, and when I eventually did, it took about 3 months for them to manufacture. Just over 3 months it took. The excuse for that was apparently a couple of their luthiers were off sick. I don't know how true that is. I've heard a lot of people say that they had to wait about 3 months for their guitar. I mean, the most I've heard is about 5 months to get their guitar. That's like if you're making a custom one or something like that. But yeah, about 3 months is about the average time. It took about 2 weeks to ship here as well. It took 2 weeks to get here. It's just not a bad time. They do tell you it'll be done within such and such days. Don't take any notice of that. That's not true. It takes a lot longer than what they say it will. So just be warned about that. Not many negative things, but that's one of them. They're not always truthful in what they say. But yeah, you know, they always keep you updated. Prompt, reliable service, as other people have put it. And although I had to wait a while for the guitar itself, it was worth the wait. I think I'm more than happy with this, as lots of other customers have been. Other customers haven't been so lucky, but it's just luck of the draw, I suppose. Like, as I said at the beginning of the video, you're always taking a risk when you're ordering online. And but a lot of the guitars that they do, I don't think you can get anywhere else. You know, they make guitars that maybe once were available at some point that are no longer available, and some guitars may never have been available at all. You know, they've got so many, as I said, so many different guitars on there. You'll have to go through and have a look at them all. I'll put a link to the website in the description below, and you can check it out for yourself. But you know, just be warned that there are good things and bad things about it. But for me personally, the good things totally outweigh the bad things. I'm very happy with it. It sounds great. I don't know if you can hear it too well in the introduction. The sound on here is not too good, even though it's the pickups are Wilkinsons. You know, I think they sound pretty good. I probably will change them for a proper Fender pickups at some point, but at the minute I'm fine with them exactly how they are. So go and check it out, you know, have a look through the guitars. If you see something you fancy, try contacting them if you can afford it. They're quite affordable prices to what an actual Fender would be, so I think it's definitely worth it. But be advised of the risks, but also be aware that they have a lot of satisfied customers, myself included. So happy playing, guys!